finished cardio of day 9. Hit the Stairmaster, 25 minutes. Got it done, son. My legs are freaking killing me. My quads are fried. They are truly fried. Abs are quite sore. Don't know if that's from the ab workout or the 3 minutes of sex that I got last night. Either way, I'll take it as a double ab session. And then I bumped my head and woke up this morning. Right, so I shall catch you guys. If I don't have the inclination to talk to you before my workout, I'll see you on the way to the workout. I am on my way to the gym now. However, the way that I go, I bypass Dr. Jason Watson's clinic where I'll be having my cryotherapy and my back aligned, and I'll also have the pulse, the magnetic therapy, and then we're gonna get to work, buddy. So chest is up and we got delts to smash too. So hopefully I'll feel rejuvenated and a little less sore in my other muscle groups before getting in and obliterating these ones. Not a pretty sight. Okay, so I'm having a PNF now, which is sending electro waves through. I've got it on my back at the moment, working my lower back. And then I'll shift around on this pad. This goes for about 5 minutes. Shift around on this pad so it works other portions of my back. It attracts itself to the areas that I have any tension. And then following this, I'll have my alignment and then my cryotherapy. Yeah, I'm surprised I can multitask. I've impressed myself. Got to hook these two body parts up again. The reason being is that shoulders used to be a weakness on me, so I'd prioritize my delts and give them their own day. But since they've come up, now I feel that I can pair them with chest, because I don't feel that I get any involvement when I do chest as I used to, and that's because I isolate these areas that much more, and that's exactly what I'm going to teach you. Chest and shoulders is going to be vastly different to last week's workout, because I'm going to be introducing bands again, much like I did with legs yesterday. You do have to take the workout a little bit slower. It's something that your muscles aren't used to, so I'm going to finish off my pre-caged here, let that settle a little bit, and get my brain into this, and then my body will follow. Let's go hit it. First exercise, hammer press. So I put the bands on here just so I could accentuate that contraction at the top, add that resistance, and I put on a little bit of weight that allowed me to reach failure at 20 repetitions. Then after about a 45-second rest, I increased the weight and found failure at 15 repetitions. Then for the third and final set, I did a drop set. I increased the weight a little bit more, which would allow me to reach absolute failure at 10 repetitions, and then I stripped the weight for another 10 repetitions, so with 20 reps in that last set. So now the Smith machine is available, so we're gonna move on to that piece of equipment next at an incline to target right underneath the clavicles. second exercise complete. The Smith machine here, as you can see, I wrapped the cable around these 3 supports or weight racks. I did 3 sets here as the exercise before. The first set, working set to absolute failure at 20 repetitions. Rested for about 45-50 seconds, increased the weight until I reached failure at 10 repetitions this time, not 15 like the other one. And then I did a third set where I did a drop set. So I did 10 repetitions to failure with the same weight as a second set, and then I stripped it and did an extra 10 repetitions. All right, third exercise, speaking of isolation, will be an isolated movement. Third exercise was an isolation movement, cable crossover here, or cable fly I should say. I do it like on a military bench. I get more points of tension right there and on the contraction as opposed to me being, lying on my back. Selected a weight to begin with that allowed me to reach failure at 20 repetitions. Then after about a minute's rest, I bumped it up, reached failure at 15 repetitions. Then on the last set, I did a drop set, went heavier, reached failure at 10 repetitions. I stripped the weight, just squeezed out just another 10 repetitions. So 20 reps in that last third and final set. So we've done our 3 sets there. We've got one more exercise for chest before we move on to shoulders. Is a phenomenal finisher, hitting those push-ups like that. If you do have a band, wrap this around your shoulder blades, take a very wide grip. The wider you go, the more resistance that it'll add and pull you to the floor, obviously. I reached failure, I believe, around 15 repetitions, and then when I did, I just got rid of the band and knocked out another 5 or 6 or whatever I had in me. And we did 3 sets, resting for about a minute. So now I feel that the shoulders are warmed up. I'm primed now to hit shoulders, so we'll hit that for our next body part. First exercise, combination of 2 exercises, starting with a wide grip barbell front raise, and then we turn it, when your arms are vertical, you bring it down to your chest and hit out a press. Did about 10 repetitions of each movement, 10 front raise, press, and then once I reached failure, I knocked out about 5 more presses, so I did 15 reps, and went again, and did 3 sets in total. So now we can move on to another head of the shoulders. Wow, I fucking burned. So I did side raises. You'll notice, how could you not notice that I was doing it with a barbell? From the actual, say, quarter portion right to the top, you really do get a crazy contraction. And that's what I really like about it. And then when I reach around 10 reps, which is my failure point, I know that the weight alone will give me a little bit of faith to get another 10 more reps out, so then I can find another failure point past failure, if that makes sense. So we did 3 drop sets, 10 and 10, so 20 repetitions per drop set. So that's 60 reps in total on each side. So we did 60 on one side, 60 on the other. Just alternate back and forth. So now we've done our front, we've done our side. Now it's time to go onto our posterior delts. Okay, shoulders done and dusted. This workout is done and dusted. When I did the rear delts, you'll notice that I was lying face down just to make sure that my chest was supported, so I didn't have any momentum. I was really isolating the area. And I started with my palms facing behind me. Once I've reached failure, which again was around 10 repetitions, I turned my hands so I could bring in a little bit more assistance from the rhomboids. So I was able to get out another 10 repetitions then immediately. So we did 20 repetitions in total there. Then I grabbed hold of this band, put it underneath that incline bench, and just a short, small range of motion, I was able just to squeeze out a few and really isolate that rear delt that is sometimes hard to get that mind-muscle connection with. And I only did about 6, maybe 7 repetitions of that before being really taxed. Then I rested for about a minute, did it again, exactly the same, only this time, as soon as I'd finished with the resistance bands, I put one under one foot, one under the other foot, and then I shoulder pressed out. And I got about 15 repetitions there. And then I did that again on the 3rd and final set. I'm feeling, you know, my front, my side, my rear, head of the deltoid just completely pumped and saturated with blood, because what I want to do now immediately after this workout is get a very, very fast digesting protein in me, which is the recaged. So yeah, let's get our recaged, man. Day 9, done and dusted. Chest and shoulders. You're not going to find me going straight towards the dumbbells or the barbells or anything like that and smashing the heavy weights. So do stick with me and perform the movements and the exercises in the order exactly how I've prescribed. Of course, if you haven't got the bands, you can't do that. However, you can work around it. So for instance, with that final exercise where I just did I went down from the rear raises and I used the bands. If you don't have the bands, then just grab a lightweight and do a partial movement, and then grab a lightweight and do the shoulder press exactly how I did with those resistance bands. And get creative, however, follow the structure because it does make sense. So recovery is obviously starting here with recaged, and then what I do suggest you do, if you don't do cardio immediately after your workout, get on a treadmill for about 10 minutes just to stimulate that protein synthesis, to get the protein into your muscles even faster. Speaking of which, I'm gonna knock the rest of this back and hit my cardio now too. Peace out. Evening all. Wow. Probably best that I keep my head up there so you don't see that mess. The end of day 9. My body is hurting. My legs are hurting from yesterday. My abs and my calves. And I can already feel my chest getting sore already. I'm eating my casein, my caged casein here, because I just have to focus on recovery now. Definitely get a good night's sleep. Remember, we gotta break this down. We only have, like, after this week, 6 more chest workouts, 6 more arm workouts, and tomorrow we do have arms. So we got to make sure every single one of these count, but we can't make them count to the best of our ability unless we are properly hydrated, properly filled with the proper nutritional and macro-filled foods that we need to fuel, recover, and repeat. So anyway, I'm gonna switch my ass off and maybe read a little bit and get my ass to bed and wake up aggressive for tomorrow's session. All right, I'll catch you in the morning for cardio.